2 wins and 3 nominations.
For Razzies, probably. Well, you want me to start on this one or this one?
Which one do you want to start on?
I like starting on this one.
Okay. I'll go to this one, then I'll just go to the wide shot first.
Do you want me to go second then? Because we're both on the same channel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the No Expectations podcast. I'm Ben.
And I'm James.
And I'm Max.
And today we're talking about 1995's The Passion of Darkly Noon, starring Brendan Fraser, the sexy Ashley Judd, and the equally sexy Viggo Mortensen.
And this is directed by Philip Ridley and written by Philip Ridley as well. This is actually his second film that he's only directed. He's only directed 3 films in his lifetime.
And I can see why.
What were the other two?
I don't know. He didn't. This first movie was actually with Viggo Mortensen again. It was like some skin something, and then something with the guy from Across the Universe, James something. I don't know.
Oh, was it terrible? Did you see
I
it?
don't know.
No? Okay.
I'm not gonna watch anything else of his after this movie.
Across the
Yeah.
Universe, the Beatles movie?
Yeah.
Huh, that was a great
Jim
movie.
Sturges. No, the
Oh.
actors in it.
Ah.
In his third movie. Yeah.
Anyway, so The Passion of Darkly Noon, we picked this specifically because we're Brendan Fraser fans, and we thought, 90s Brendan, let's give it a shot. I wasn't very impressed with this movie, to be honest with you.
But wait a second. What is this movie about?
Oh yeah, this movie. Max, go ahead.
Okay. This movie's about the son. Brendan Fraser. Both of his parents die. They're in a Christian cult, and he's sort of found and on the road. He's a lost baby. He does act like a baby in this movie,
Even though he's like 26 in the role.
Yeah, and so he gets picked up by this witch, and they're in the forest, and I kind of fell asleep at this part, but then I woke up back at the end. Little bit of a zinger at the end. I wasn't ready for Brendan.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that freak out.
Yeah, big freak out. Spoiler alert. Yeah, so basically it kind of toys with you throughout the movie, kind of being like, okay, who's actually part of a cult? Who's actually a witch? It's like Brendan, you see, had this really like fucked up upbringing, and he brings that to the table where he grew up in like this religious cult, and they kind of allude to his parents being like really fanatical with religion, and it really screwed him up as an adult. And he sees visions of them throughout the film where they're like decaying and like telling him what to do. Yeah. And then Ashley Judd, who I will say is just so freaking beautiful in this movie. Like she's
extremely
like,
beautiful.
she is so hot. So like if we have to pick a hottie for the movie, I think this is the only like young woman in the movie, except for
I think almost all the guys in the movie probably like slept with her.
I would hope so. Yeah,
like in this timeline, in their
yes.
universe.
Yeah, she seemed like she was horny constantly, and I loved it. But anyway, yeah. So they don't know if she's a witch. There's this other woman that Brendan meets in the woods that they kind of starts filling his head with these crazy ideas. And anyway, we'll throw up some clips from the movie. But yeah, this one, I wasn't super impressed with it, but I wasn't expecting to be impressed.
I would say like it's a great bad film.
Yeah, it misses the mark totally.
When I was watching this, I don't know if you guys thought about this too. I don't know if you ever watched like Hallmark or Lifetime movies. Like this is what
Read my mind.
Felt like.
Read my mind.
I was sitting here. I was like, was this in theaters? Like, or was this on a network TV? Like,
It's like now you learned your lesson. You know, Mom. Don't coddle your kids.
Yeah, and don't push fanaticism onto children because it's going to really fuck them up, and they're going to start trying to kill Ashley Judd.
It was pretty scary.
Yeah. Anyway, well, the movie's not playing, so boy, we're just off to a great start, aren't we, guys?
Dude, it was one of those days. I went to Taco Bell after work, and even the radio there was cutting out.
Really,
like, nothing was going right at the end of the day at work. I'm just,
that's great. Some days there's just days like that where just shit hits the fan, you know?
It's like a vortex.
It is like a vortex. I heard this crazy story. I watched this. You guys can actually check it out on YouTube. It was this abduction story, and it was posted pretty recently. It was like 50 people who all saw the same sighting in like 1969, and this woman said like the rest of her life has been fucked up ever since this like encounter with this UFO happened. Like all these people were pretty respectable. There was like a judge of this one city who had seen it, and he said his life had always.
That's a YouTube video.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Look up like 50 influential people who saw UFOs or something like that. And I'll tell you what, if I can find it, I'll link it below, and you can find the exact link. But anyway, this woman said she saw this when she was a kid in the 60s, and like her dad chased it, and she woke up on the I guess the shore next to this lake, and her life was never the same. And they said her family had no idea how they'd gotten home, and like everyone's brains were kind of like wiped, like they couldn't remember anything. And this lady came and met up with this documentary crew, and she said her whole life she's had issues with like going near computers and they'll just like break. She can't have a cell phone with her. Like she fucks up like electronic.
Anal probe.
Yeah, probably anal probe.
So even when they're filming her, though?
I didn't see any issues with that.
See?
I did think. James is a big skeptic. But she seemed like the type where she was like, why would I lie about this? She was like, I haven't gained anything from this. She said people think she's nuts. So, I don't know. James is a goddamn skeptic. but anyway.
I'm just logical.
Well, I don't have to come back to that. But I don't know, man. But I'm not saying it's aliens, but I'm saying it could have been something that gave off some heavy radiation to her. Could have even been a military ship.
Well, now, I mean, governments are coming out saying, oh, aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Government's not logical, though.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
Definitely not. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, like, the only thing I think, though, are like those Tic Tac ones that the military saw, and they released that, and they're like, oh, did you see the video for that?
Tic Tac ones?
They call
What do
them,
you mean?
they call them Tic Tacs because they kind of looked like Tic Tacs on the radar. And these dudes from the military actually went on Rogan and discussed it, and they were like, legit like military pilots, and they were like, we can't explain that. We don't know where these things came from.
Yeah, you're hearing more and more on that as years roll on.
Yeah, so my thing with that is like, I get it, like I get where James is coming from, but at the same time, you're starting to have enough stuff coming out of the woodwork where it's like, we may not be alone.
I have had a close encounter.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, well, I was just out here. I was having a fire.
Yeah,
and first a police helicopter, rolled over my backyard, super low to the ground.
Yeah,
and it freaked us all out.
That's crazy.
So we kind of like dispersed. We like went inside because we're like, why is this helicopter right here?
Yeah.
When we go back out to the fire, we're like, okay, we're allowed to have this fire. I'm proud of this fire now.
Yeah. You worried they were coming for the fire?
Yeah, we're like
fire hazard.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire
We're in Arizona, so I don't know about the desert.
Yeah.
There's like some sort of orange warning or something.
I get you. Yeah.
So we see it. We see it passed over, and we're sitting at the fire. We see another aircraft approaching us from the other direction. Like, oh, this helicopter's coming back, but this is our fire. I'm not moving. Let's just, we got to stay right here, and this is our fire.
Yeah.
And so we're waiting for it to go over, and from the trajectory of how fast it was going, we're like, okay, it's about to pass over.
Yeah.
All right, it hasn't passed over yet. Where is it? We're like, don't look at it. Don't look near it. And then we're like, okay, like this is really weird. I sense something. I feel like a presence right here.
Yeah.
And there's a weird sound, like a whirring sound, like whir. And then me and my
was that right out here?
Yeah, right out here. And my three buddies, we all turned around, and right away, this thing starts moving again, and it looks like a Bentley.
Holy shit!
And it just like rolls behind this building. Whoa. And then just takes off and is gone.
I just want to tell you, James doesn't believe you.
I believe there's
flying Bentleys
out there.
Are not logical.
Okay, right.
I was just saying with the lady, I didn't know.
I get you. No, I get you. Yeah, there are some out there where I've heard where, especially when they say they've had like a bunch of encounters. That's where I'm like, oh, these people are probably nuts.
Well, there was even the old video of like the guy like dissecting an alien. They're now saying that was actually real now.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But
that's a rumor.
It would be amazing. I wish.
Now it's saying that it is real.
Who's they?
I don't know who they is, man.
Them, they. Who are they anyway?
Influencers.
TLC, the Learning Channel.
But my thing is, it's like I look at how big the universe is. It's like totally within the realm of possibility. Oh, yeah. Totally, dude. Totally.
And then Black, a great documentary about it.
Great movie. Yeah, Will Smith, he's awesome.
Agent J. Sorry, I don't know Will Smith.
J&K.
One of my favorite documentaries of all time.
Really good. I really like the sequel too.
And the third one.
Yeah, that was rare for a good sequel.
It won a Nobel Prize. It was great. All right, so let's get into the movie. I don't really have much to say about this. I wasn't that impressed.
I wasn't that impressed.
It felt low budget because there's like just two locations.
It's weird too because like he had like a couple of good movies before this, but then he had like this weird break.
Encino Man.
Yeah, so I would say right when it hit 97 or 98, that's where he started coming back again. And it's weird because it was freaking George in the Jungle. Yeah, he did. And then 99 was a crazy busy year for him. He did The Mummy, he did Blast from the Past, and he also did, I think, Dudley Do-Right or something like that. Like, he did, like, flop.
But I'm sure he made some good money, But, Brendan had an interesting run, man. I'll always love him in Encino
Where
Man.
is he now?
He is.
Didn't he stop?
No, he is.
He came
Doom
back.
Patrol. It's
Yeah.
a DC show right now.
Mhm.
He plays Robot Man, but he's actually the voice. That's it.
Yeah.
But then they'll have flashbacks when he was alive and not a robot anymore. So it's like
He could do better.
he.
Oh,
Could.
so he's a robot now?
Yeah, he's
in
a
real
robot
life,
now.
yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I tried watching it. It seemed like a stupid show.
It got off the rails. Season 2's a
Yeah,
little better, but
yeah.
it's not that great. Titans is
Yeah.
good.
It was one of those where it's like, I don't know, there's too many shows, man. But I do love Brendan Fraser. Oh my god, look how hot she is. How do we flip to her? Look how hot Ashley. Look how sexy she is. She just roams around the forest like this.
Mosquitoes everywhere.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Every guy in the movie.
I love
just
how this
swooning
dude
over
was
her.
like, "He's my best friend."
Yeah, they must
They
have
only
cut
hanged out like once.
they must have cut a bunch of scenes with him. Yeah, I think and he's just a kid. I'm like, I think he's like 3 years older than
Yeah.
you, man. But yeah, Ashley Judd was so fine in this movie. Like, oh my god, I just want to just stare at her. Like, she's just so fucking hot. She's just like constantly just like teasing all the men around her, like constantly.
She's very strong
Witch.
role.
Oh
She,
yeah.
So she finds this man on the side of the road, invites him, and he's all nurse him to health, and she like doesn't even bat an eye having this grown man just like
Yeah.
waking up. She's
I think she's used to having men in her home. Yeah, she's a dime, man. But yeah, I think they cut some scenes with this dude that saved his life because like he's like, oh yeah, he was my buddy or whatever, and I'm like, you barely you took him out of the back of your truck.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
They only hanged out like once.
Yeah, they must have cut some scenes where like maybe they went into town together or something.
maybe this was pretty far on the shot list,
maybe.
and he couldn't keep track of where he was in the timeline.
Hey, I want to talk to
Maybe,
you real
maybe.
quick. I know you're attracted to her. We all. But she's in love with Lee.
She's in love with Lee. We all want a
The
gangbanger.
mute boy, guys. We got a Viggo
Yeah.
Morrison.
You can tell Vigo really would get her in real life though. He's cool.
Oh
man.
yeah, 100%.
He was like in his prime and like he's just a badass, you know. He doesn't even speak and he gets the girl. He's just doesn't even have to talk, man.
Tenacious D made a whole song about him.
He's got a very tenacious D.
Yeah, he does.
His dick. his dick's nickname is Hidalgo.
I was gonna say Aragon, but okay.
That's a good one. Hidalgo was my
How
first.
do you know that?
We had a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, they had a falling out recently. Too.
Yeah, it was whatever. It was for a minor role in a movie. No big deal. But anyway, a very generous lover. I'll tell you that. But anyway, so what are your thoughts on this movie? What do you think would have made it better, and what do you think made it not work?
Budget for one.
100%. Yeah.
It wasn't believable
Yeah.
for me.
It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Brendan's like acting in here. Like, I would say was terrible until the end.
He was kind of doing his own take on Forrest Gump with
Simple Jack here.
Yeah, Simple Jack.
Please don't hurt me.
Never go full Gump.
Never go full Gump. Yeah, but best part of it for me was just Ashley Judd, just checking her out. Like that was it. It was literally just an advertisement for her rockin' body. The rest of the movie, I'm kind of like, this didn't need to be made. Yeah, I can guarantee you this was based on a shitty novel. Maybe the novel wasn't shitty, but
I don't know.
Their adaptation was shitty.
He written it. The director. I think it's his.
What movie is this? I mean, what year was this movie?
95.
What movie
He
is this?
written it, James.
He wrote it.
He written it.
He wrote it.
He written
He wrote-
it.
He written it.
He written it.
I'm talking like Brendan right now. Okay.
He written it.
He wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote it. Yeah, Philip Ridley, piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is a one-time watch for me. I do see what you mean on it being like a Hallmark movie. Best part of the movie, yeah, her. And then it seemed like they were kind of alluding to an interesting story, like with people trying to get her out of that house and her busting the gun out.
Sorry.
Brendan looking like a psycho. He looks like Link from Encino Man.
Uh,
But yeah, and then they kind of didn't really touch on that story again. Like it kind of, I don't know. There was no real threat in the movie except for Brendan being nuts. I will say predictions. My prediction on this was pretty darn accurate because I said, oh, maybe he's part of a cult, but it's like a cult of one. And in a way it is because he was the only one from the cult. And then everything was in his head when he was talking to his parents. So it really was a cult of one. So
Yeah.
score for Ben. But yeah, the rest of the movie, nah, man. It could have been way better. And I think, I don't know, even with a recasting, I don't know if that even would have helped because the
would not
movie
help,
itself was
no.
just kind of weak.
Did you two do a recasting?
I did. I
didn't.
finally figured it out, yeah.
What'd you get?
James, go ahead. Kick us off.
For Brendan, I did what is it? Steve Zahn.
Nice.
Steve Zahn. Yeah.
Would have
From
been cool.
what? Gosh. Saving Silverman. What year was that?
Saving Silverman was like, I want to say
Maybe around-
97, 98.
So almost.
Yeah, yeah.
So like that.
He
era.
could do it, yeah. He could
And
do it.
then for Ashley Judd, I did Wilson. Bridget Wilson from Billy Madison.
Yeah. Babe.
Super
Total babe.
attractive
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I think she would fit well. And then
And that would have been perfect era. That would have been Billy Madison era. So,
Yep.
Yep.
And then Vigo, I did Keanu Reeves.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Very nice. Mine, I don't know how the chemistry would have been, but it doesn't really matter in this piece of crap. So I'm being really hard on it, but it was, I don't know. It was a disappointment. I would say Johnny Depp for Brendan's character, because I think he could be kind of strange when he wants to be, and that would have been the same year that he did Dead Man, so he would have been kind of like a little more meek, you know? Then I would say Elizabeth Shue for her character. I forget her name. The character's name? Callie, yeah. Elizabeth Shue would have been very sexy. And then I think Ethan Hawke as Clay, the boyfriend, the mute boyfriend. I think he could have pulled it off, but he would have been more of like a trailer park kind of meth head version.
Trashy looking.
Yeah, but I think he could have pulled it off. He could have pulled off the kind of intensity that went into that role. That was really the only intense role, and the guy didn't even speak. So props to Vigo, because that was like the only one that made me like.
Yeah, I watched it just for like Vigo and her too.
Yeah.
I love Brendan, but I'm like, this is not his movie.
No, it's not his movie at all. So that would have made it better. And then I think had they, I don't know. Imagine if it did have a UFO twist instead of like a cult twist. Imagine if there was something with a UFO. Would have been a better movie.
I wish it had something.
Yeah, it was lacking any real core to the movie. There was no reason for these people to really be together. He was too old for it to be believable. Oh, this is hot. Can we?
And when he goes psycho at the end, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah,
it was just kind of predictable.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, she's just oozing with sexuality, drinking that lemonade.
So bright,
just tempting him.
Like, yeah, he's just popping a boner right there.
Down his pants right now.
Yeah, like she knows what she's doing.
She does it right in front of him. Like,
she knows what she's doing.
It's just hot.
Yeah.
It's just warm.
It's just hot, yeah.
Exactly. I love her literally like her skirt's like pulled up and her ass is popping out like when she's on the roof hammering nails. I'm like, you know what you're doing, girl.
Yeah.
Usually Lee does it all, but he's not home right now.
One thing they did do right is like through the beginning of the movie when they're still kind of building the characters up, the sexual tension was real, and it kind of starts right here.
Yeah.
And it escalates to the point where I was like in Brendan Fraser's shoes there for a minute. Yeah, I was feeling it.
Yeah, you were jerking off in the barn.
I was one step away from doing that.
Yeah. Aren't we all jerking off in the barn though, in our own way? Yeah, wow. Just what a.
If you guys didn't know, he jerks off in a barn.
He jerks. Spoiler alert: Brendan jerks off in a barn.
I wonder if I can find that.
It's at the 30-minute mark.
The shot is hilarious. He's peeking through the barn.
Right at 30. Right at 30.
And he's just bouncing up and down. And
Here it is.
That's like a
Here it is.
bounce.
I really like.
There we go.
Judge.
There we go. Getting it going. What you do is you hold your hand still and move your entire body.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how. Wait, that's not how you guys do it. Whoops.
Fifth day.
Fifth day. Yeah.
And you never know. Did he come or not?
Right on his crotch.
You think he came?
I think he came in.
He moaned
his
pants.
Yeah.
Because he kind of loses his shit here with the flowers.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
And this is like the foreshadowing moment when you know he's gonna fuck shit up.
Yep.
Oh, totally. Yeah, he's jealous. And my thing is, it's like I'm so tough on this movie, but it did have elements that I liked with subtle nuances in their performances. But like I said, they didn't have anything to work with. But there were a few scenes with her where I'm like, oh man, she's leading them on. And this scene right here, like this was something. Like this was definitely something. This is one of the better moments for Brendan in the movie, definitely. You can see he's really pissed off. But like I said, the guys didn't have much to work with in terms of a script,
Let's crush a bird in my hands real quick.
Yeah, it was weird. And he was really getting into touching those dead birds. I'd be like, man, I'm such a germaphobe.
Oh, they weren't dead birds.
Yeah, they were.
No?
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
They were dead birds wrapped in barbed wire, and the old lady.
Oh, they were wrapped in barbed wire.
They were
I thought they were
wrapped
made
in
of barbed wire.
No. So the lady, if you watch at the end,
They're training birds.
Yes, they were training birds, and then she would wrap the bird in barbed wire so the dogs wouldn't bite too
To
hard.
give them a soft mouth.
Yeah, give them a soft mouth. Yeah.
I thought that it was just feathers put onto a ball of.
No, so the dog would fetch it and be delicate.
Dude, I didn't even.
I understood
see
that part.
You didn't see
the barbed wire at all.
Really?
No, I thought it was just because like the bones.
James, did you even watch this movie?
I was really tired, and it was awful.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
But I watched the whole thing.
I forced myself to watch it. Yeah, I did, and Ashley made it so much more tolerable. Yeah. Like my lord.
So the imagery with the bird and the blood, what did that mean? Because I think I missed what that led up to.
I think
I don't know.
for him, just the pain and everything, because he's creating a sin, so he has to.
Right.
Oh,
thing.
that make the religious tie-in. That was
That's-
kind of weird. Yeah.
I just think of was it Da Vinci Code with a guy just like.
Yeah, they like hurt themselves. That's a fucked up thing. These people get so
I did something,
wacky.
I did something bad. It's
Yeah,
more like
I did something bad, so God wants me to punish myself. Makes no sense. Like, don't do. If any of you guys are in a fanatical religion where cult people are telling you what to do, don't hurt yourself and get away from them because that's terrifying. But yeah, this one. Do you want to do star ratings?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one a 1.5 out of 5. Yeah, and that's literally just because Ashley was so hot. And Vigo actually did good considering he had a really crappy character to work with. He actually did pretty. He sold it, you know.
I don't even know if I'm gonna give it a half. I'm just giving it a 1.
Yeah, 1.5.
1 for me.
Sorry, Brendan.
You're doing a 1.
I'm doing a 1.
Doing a 1. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'll leave it at 1.5 just because her sexiness. But
Yeah, she was great.
that's about it. That's literally it. I want to watch more with her just because she's so hot.
I'll give her a 2,
I'll give her
and the rest of the movie a 1.
I'll give her. I'll give her a 5.
Yeah, let's give her a 5.
But
I think
yeah.
Vigo did really great in this movie.
Yeah,
So
Vigo
without-
did good.
Like you said, without saying anything.
for not speaking, yeah. I wonder if this was one of his first movies because I don't remember seeing Vigo
No,
until.
so he did another movie with the same director I said earlier.
Okay, earlier.
I think this 90. So there was 90. This was 95, and then he came out with one like later on.
'Cause
like,
Vigo's, like-
2007 or 2009.
Vigo's like in his mid-50s now. So, interesting fact about this movie that I saw on the X-ray. It was all supposed to take place in the American South. Entire movie filmed in Germany.
Filmed in Germany.
Filmed in Germany. Everyone drove BMWs to the set.
Movie
I
tricks.
wonder why though. Like this.
All the
I want-
actors are American.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it was something with the director, or maybe it was like really cheap to film there, or I don't know. And what's kind of weird is like,
It's like Roman Polanski, just like I can't film in the States. So
yeah, I don't
guys, come
know.
on.
I don't know. Or maybe it was something like he had some deal. Like who knows? Maybe the director had like a German friend that was like, oh, you can film at my house for free, and it's like a one set movie pretty much. He's like, oh, we're going to burn it down. But yeah, I don't know. Really nothing more to say about this movie, man. If you want better Brendan Fraser content, I mean, pretty much pick anything he did in the '90s, and you'll enjoy it more.
You guys understand the whole the shoe thing was so fucking stupid.
Oh, can we talk about how stupid? Okay, spoiler alert if you guys even care about this movie.
Yeah, what's with the shoe? It's
It came from a circus.
Yeah.
Did you see
threw it
this?
At the very end, it was like,
Oh,
we lost our big old shoe. It was in
Dude.
the circus. I'm like,
The ending of the movie was so fucking stupid. It was these circus people come up with an elephant, and they're like, we got lost, and they're like, we lost our shoe.
can you help us after their house is like burned down in front of them? Like,
It made no.
we're dealing with this right now.
It made no fucking sense at all.
I thought this movie was filmed in northern Arizona, to be honest.
You thought it was in
Yeah,
Germany.
because there are lots of parts where am I in Sedona?
Yeah, it looks like
The opening scene, I
flag.
could have swore I've been there.
Really? Maybe you're German in a past life.
Perhaps.
I don't know, but yeah, this one, the whole circus tie-in was like dumb as shit. Like that was like some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen in a movie.
There was no point, no payoff.
The script to this, terrible script, awful. Philip Ridley, you fucked up. But
Ooh, Demon
yeah, get it,
Demon Brendan.
stick it in. Yeah, he's joining Alice Cooper's backup band here. But yeah, the whole ending with the circus tie-in was like one of the silliest like student film endings I've ever seen in a film in quite a while. Crazy sex and then a
Sorry, I was
maniacal Brendan.
freaking out.
Oh, you want to see Brendan? Oh yeah, there we go. This was one of the.
I would say this was like
This is the only good scene.
pretty cool. Like everything getting lit on
Yeah,
fire.
she had hairy armpits, and I was able to look past it. But yeah, Brendan, the hair lights on fire. Yeah, Brendan was really badass here. If there would have been more of this throughout the movie, it could have been a great movie. Definitely, this was like the only thing it had going for it besides Ashley's rockin' bod. Brendan was actually like getting to do something here, which was kind of cool.
So he's wrapped in barbed wire right now.
Yeah, he's punishing himself.
I love you, and that's when he like
Yeah,
stops.
yeah.
It's
And he gets shot in the heart.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a metaphor if you think about it.
right here. Boom! I love you. What you what?
He was channeling his inner Encino Man. If you guys haven't seen Encino Man with Brendan Fraser, watch it. One of my favorite movies with him. So funny. Pauly Shore,
Sean Austin.
Sean Astin. This is the only really
Yeah,
famous
this
ones.
is.
Yeah, but great freaking movie, dude. Love Encino Man.
If someone's about to kill you with a claymore, tell them that you love them.
Exactly. And then, of course, The Mummy, one of my favorite movies ever. The 1999 Mummy, I think, is the best. Brendan was like top form in that film.
Mummy,
Like, he's
Blast
great.
from the Past. Like I love Bedazzled too.
Bedazzled was fun. Yeah.
Monkey Bone.
Monkey Bone was all right.
It's a fun.
Yeah.
It's like not a Tim Burton movie, but it feels like a Tim.
It's
or,
goofy.
Tarzan?
Or is it Tim Burton? I don't know.
George of the Jungle.
Oh, George of the
Jungle,
Jungle. Yeah.
Same. I mean,
Same movie.
very similar thing. I never saw School Ties. I guess he won like a bunch of awards for that, and that was before this.
Airheads.
Airheads was great. Yeah, him and Sandler and Buscemi. That one never gets any love. I never heard anyone talk about that movie. We should do a segment on movies like that are like super underrated. That would be good. Anyway.
To the stupid.
Oh, what's the ending? Oh, here's the stupid circus scene. Here we go. Look how dumb this is.
My son has just this replica of the shoe.
This makes no sense.
I wonder.
Were you awake for this?
No.
Oh, dude, you
I
didn't.
think I was half dreaming.
This does feel like a freaking dream.
These are how my dreams are.
If you guys were to like
My
compare, I mean, well, a very similar movie. What would you say is similar to this?
Ooh.
I would have one, but it's way better.
Okay.
It just has that vibe as Donnie Darko.
Oh, really? I wouldn't.
Absolutely. Well, as
Donnie
far as the
Darko?
makeup, like Brendan, the way he's made up and everything.
Just everything and how it's like it's just very twisty and weird. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I love Donnie Darko.
That's what I'm saying. It's way better, but I
Yeah.
feel like that's what this movie was kind of going for, and it failed.
And it failed miserably. Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
That's what that I was thinking about that in the beginning.
Yeah, when I was watching,
Brendan
this,
Fraser's haircut looks like.
I would say.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one in terms of like the low budget vibe, but it was actually a good movie. Red Rock West with Nicolas Cage and.
I never liked it.
You never liked it?
Yeah.
That one and who else was in that?
I don't remember.
Dennis Hopper, I think, was in it also. That one was like this kind of budget, but like they really made it work. Where you're like, oh, they did like they had really good actors and a really tight script. Yeah, this one was just wacky. I don't know. They're going for some weird ass Big Fish ending here,
This would be.
but Big Fish was
if
great.
it was a bigger budget, it would be like some A24.
Yeah,
Weird ass movie.
yeah. I don't know, man. And then like
Oh, there's secret meanings behind everything.
this is the goofiest shit. Like,
The kid they said how much he loved the shoe, and then he's just out of nowhere here.
yeah, the whole budget went to an elephant and burning down a house. Not how you make a movie, guys.
If we could watch this with Philip Ridley, I mean, all this probably makes a lot more sense. If you could explain to us.
I think he'd be very offended, first of all, and then second, I'd be like, Philip, get the hell out of here. But yeah, I don't know. You're not missing anything on this one, guys.
Would
This
he be
is-
offended, or do you think he
What if he
hates
hates
it as much as we do?
Maybe he does. Maybe he's disappointed in it. He's like,
I mean, he only made 3 films, and they probably are all awful.
yeah. Maybe
What is-
Let me try again. One more time. Maybe I could get this one right.
There are some artists that really hate their shit. There's like musicians that don't like to play their hits. There's directors that have big regrets. Actors that have huge regrets.
It's funny because like I was looking this up. Like this is supposed to be considered like a cult classic. Like Arrow, that brand, like the movie brand, or everything, they re-released this last year on like Blu-ray
Really?
for the first time. Yeah.
Oh,
What defines a cult classic?
a lot of people like it like after it's been out for a long time. Like a lot of times, usually it's
Room.
like it didn't do well initially, like on its theatrical release or whatever. But then it like gets a cult following as time goes on.
Ah, okay, that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. But anyway, what are we watching next? Oh, actually, it's a great.
Are we doing the new segment next?
I think we should announce the new segment.
that kind of
Yes.
is a good segue there.
That ties into it.
Yep, go back to
So
the classic, yep.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into cult classics. Where am I looking? Here am I looking? We're gonna dive into cult classics, and we're gonna give our opinion on them. And we're gonna celebrate ones that we're familiar with, and we're gonna also explore new ones that we've never seen before that people seem to love. So the first one we're gonna kick off with is the Evil Dead and Army of Darkness trilogy, and really excited. Love Sam Raimi. James is a massive fan.
Yeah, I love just Bruce Campbell.
I'm a casual fan. I respect Bruce Campbell. He's great. Sam Raimi, I love. And
I've seen the new series, but I haven't seen the originals.
Oh, you're
Cool.
gonna love it.
and
cool.
and the new series, whew, that was bad. That was really.
I just
good.
love everything because
Like
it's
badass.
super
Badass,
practical and everything. It's like no CGI and
Yeah.
just like love the effects
Yeah,
and everything.
good feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good vibes.
So we're going to call the new segment, it's still going to be within the same No Expectations channel, but it's going to be a new segment where we focus on cult classics. It's going to be called Cutting
We're
the
calling
Cult.
cold cuts.
And Max is going to do that the whole time. It's going to be called Cutting the Cult.
Cold Colts.
And Mac's gonna call it cold cuts.
Cold
Colts.
Cold cuts.
Cold cuts.
Anyway, it's something with Colts and us, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So tune in next week, guys.
Thank you.
And I think you're gonna really, really like it. And if you want to brush up on the Evil Dead series on Army of Darkness before next week, I think you might enjoy the video a whole lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Thank you for watching.
Oh, you want me to go ahead? And say?
yeah, go ahead.
Before I say that, just we're still growing, guys. You know, so shout us out, like us, share us. Subscribe, of course, and as always, be kind.
Rewind.
And hit that notification bell.
Max.
You already said subscribe.
I know.
You said subscribe. Hit subscribe, rewind, and do all of the above.
Yeah,
You know what, guys? Just watch something else. See ya.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Who will love me now?